How to shop on AliExpress from South Africa. The first and most important thing is to go to the top right where the flag appears, and here we are going to specifically look for the country. For language, leave it in English. For currency, you can change it, but I'll keep US dollars and click save. Now, I'll show you step by step how to make a purchase. Alright, now I'm going to show you step by step how to buy and what you need to keep in mind. As you can see here, there are loads of products, plenty of deals, and actually, at the top, you'll find even more. In fact, here we find a product deal, and over here we also see product categories. But what we're going to do is pick a product as an example, and I'll show you what you need to look out for. First of all, let's choose a random product. Let's pick this product over here on the right. It pops up for us here, and let's take a closer look at everything we need to keep in mind. First of all, on the left side, we should check the photos to see if they really match the product description, which is this one here. Always remember to pay close attention to the title of the product, because sometimes you might get confused. In other words, they might be showing you this iPhone here, but it turns out they're not actually selling the iPhone, they're selling this battery. That's why it's important to tell the difference, because sometimes people feel cheated when they see one product in the pictures and receive something else, but it's because they didn't read this part of the title. Also, remember that when we are searching for products on AliExpress, the price you see is the lowest available price. What do I mean by that? When you go into the listing, you'll notice that if, for example, I change the color of the product or the specifications here, you'll see that some options cost more than others. For example, this one here costs $15.22 and this one over here is $16.18. That's why, before you know how much it costs, you need to specifically choose which variation or size of the product you want so you know what the final price is. Then, once you've read and seen all of this, you go down to the section where the reviews appear. And here, what's important is that it has at least 4.5 stars and hopefully also quite a few reviews. For example, in this case, it only has 15. I recommend a minimum of 30 or even 50 to be sure that it's actually real people buying these products. Now we are going to click where it says see more, and here we are going to filter using this images icon so that we can read and, above all, see real images of the products, since the photos that appear at the top of the AliExpress page are, let's say, edited photos that look really good and professional, whereas the photos here in the reviews are real, unedited photos from customers who have actually bought this specific product. So that we can already see more for comparison, for example, next to a hand, what the actual size is on a table. And well, here we can see, detail by detail, what it really looks like. Once you've chosen the product you want, now we're going to move over to the right side to make the purchase. Now, here you need to be sure about the person who's selling it to you. What you can do is click on it and you go to the shop or to the products that this person offers. What you can do is check here in this section how many positive or negative reviews they have overall, because this person doesn't just sell this product, but several others as well. And obviously, it's better if they have a generally positive review rating. Then, this will appear for you depending on where you are. You just click on it, and here what you'll do is specifically choose the country. Then, you'll select depending on where you're located, and that's it, this applies here. Remember that depending on where you are, here on the left side where the price is, it might include some taxes, also depending on your location. Then, here at the bottom, the shipping price appears. In this case, it's completely free, but it doesn't have a tracking number. That means we won't be able to track the product to know where in the world it is, whether it's already arrived in our city, or even if it's already at our doorstep. That's why I recommend that you rather buy products that have a tracking option. You just look for this, go in, and here, when you select free shipping, it should show that tracking is included. Then, here it will specifically show the date when the product will arrive at your house or at the place you've chosen to receive it. After this, if you want, you can also change the quantity. You can choose as many products as you want, you can increase it here, and depending on what you want, you just order it. I'm going to leave it at 1 and click where it says buy now. Once I click buy now, this pops up here. Here, my delivery address appears. It's blurred out because it's my personal address, and I can click here where it says change to adjust the address to wherever I am. Then, Under payment methods, depending on where you are, you'll see the option to add a credit or debit card or some other payment methods. This all depends on your location, as I mentioned. And as you can see, there's an option here for promo codes. I'll leave one for you in the description if I can get access to it. Then here in the summary, you'll see the price of the product and the shipping cost. This probably changed and went up because I only chose a really cheap product. That's why I recommend that you go straight to any product here and add several items. And once you add several products, the shipping cost will probably go down, which means it won't be so expensive. So what you can do is chat to friends or family who also want to order from AliExpress, so you can all place one order together. That way, the shipping cost drops a lot, or at least stays the same, but since there are more products, it's definitely much more worthwhile to make the purchase. And once you've made your purchase here, you click where it says place order, and when you get your tracking number, you'll come to this website code exactly as it appears above, 17 track. What you'll do is enter your tracking numbers for your orders here and track them to see where they are, if they've arrived in your country, if they've reached your home, and just keep a close eye to make sure your order actually arrives. Similarly, if the order doesn't arrive at your house or the place you chose, you can file a claim with AliExpress and they'll obviously refund your money. But for that, you have to pay close attention to the delivery date. Remember, this one said that the latest it would arrive is May 5th. So, since it's May, what you need to do is wait until that date, and when that date arrives, if your product from this seller still hasn't arrived, what you do is file a claim so they can refund your money.